So I wanted to do a quick little video about the importance of setting ourselves up for a really nice sleep, because at times, well really at any point, sleep, I often speak to people about the importance of sleep, because it really is the foundation to our health and kind of physical health and our kind of mental health. And we take it a bit for granted, you know. Often there's quite shocking statistics actually that reckon that as kind of culturally we are kind of massively sleep deprived, and we just get used to not sleeping well. But actually the impact of not allowing the body that chance just to kind of restore and to kind of I suppose it kind of supports all of our immune system. It allows our mind to kind of process everything that's been happening in the day, and it just kind of does this kind of general checkup of all of the systems in the body. So we're really looking to try and give ourselves anything, we call it like a sleep opportunity, and we want to kind of look for anything between 6 to 8 hours a day. And there's some really simple things that we can do just to improve our sleep. We often refer to it as sleep hygiene. So it's like clearing up all of our kind of routines around sleep, and really simple things like make sure that we are sticking to a regular kind of bedtime. So we might have something that's different during the week and then something that's different at the weekend. But coming off any social media at least an hour before bedtime, because you've got not only the stimulation of whatever you're reading there that can just start to kind of burrow around in the mind, but we've also got the activation of the blue light. So that's kind of impacts with our melatonin levels, which are the kind of natural hormone that would help us kind of go into a nice restorative sleep. So if possible, now I know a lot of people use their phones as their alarm, but if possible, leaving the phone out of your bedroom, or putting it way out the way so you're not tempted if you wake up in the middle of the night to pick it up and have a look at it. Because particularly if we can't sleep, the temptation's there that we pick it up, we'll notice the time, we might then see that there's notifications that somebody's liked, shared or sent us a message, and it's really hard to avoid that temptation to go into it. And then before you know it, you've been on social media for half an hour in the middle of the night, and now you're definitely wide awake. So keeping a regular routine, switching off any kind of electronic devices, laptops, tablets, phones, not having access to them for up until an hour before going to bed. Making sure that we're not eating too late, because sometimes we're all, particularly when our routines have all been a little bit off, if we have a meal quite late at night, then the body's working really hard to digest our food. So it's almost, the body's got something it needs to do. So its ability to allow us to be able to sleep is really difficult at that point. So making sure there's a good space of at least a couple of hours between eating our last meal of the day and going to bed. Simple things like making sure the room is really dark. So if you've got blackout blinds, that's great. Also keeping the temperature of the room nice and cool. We want your room temperature to be about 18 degrees. So slightly cooler than maybe you would feel comfortable if it was just a room that you were sitting in. And this is really important to help the body kind of go into that kind of restful sleep. Also kind of really considering caffeine, because caffeine has a half-life of 8 hours. So if you are drinking caffeine in the run-up in the evening and just before bed, that caffeine is still going to be at its full effect in the middle of the night, just keeping you alert and awake. So really they say kind of trying to aim to have your last cup of tea or coffee about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, I'm an absolute tea Jenny. I love a cup of tea. So for me it is just really being careful to notice, because I would drink tea all day. But if my sleep is off, then really noticing it, probably the likelihood is it's probably my caffeine intake that's increased. But also remembering this is a point where there's lots of uncertainty. Our stress is high for all of us. So equally, when we're in that fight or flight response, that stress response, the body's kind of conditioned to believe that it's not safe to maybe rest. So doing something at night time that helps bring us out of that fight and flight and back into rest and digest can really help. So that might be, you know, reading, it might be doing some yoga, it might be using a relaxation, it might actually just be some quiet time, having a nice bath, putting lots of all your nice bubble baths in, light some nice smelly candles. Set yourself up for a really nice sleep. So if you go into your room just now, your bedroom just now, your bedroom should be like a sanctuary where you can just go in there to relax. So maybe go in with a fresh pair of eyes. If you were checking into, if you were going away and you were checking into your bedroom for a night of just total rest and relaxation, is it set up to promote that? Or is there stuff in your bedroom that's just clutter, that's just like almost kind of keeps the mind busy? It's cluttering the mind with maybe reminding us of things that we need to do. So have a look, set up your bedroom at the moment. At the moment we're all at home, so use this as an opportunity around creating a really lovely restful space in our bedroom, somewhere that we can totally go and relax, because right now getting a good sleep is absolutely promoting really good health, really supporting our immune system to work at its absolute optimum. So I hope that helps.